Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Indy, and today we're going to review Lisa the Painful, the definitive edition. Lisa the Painful is a painful, gut-wrenching RPG about sacrificing it all, and sacrificing your companions as well. All while on a journey to save the one thing that matters the most. Follow along with Brad as you scrounge up some of the craziest characters assembled and fight your way through a wasteland using turn-based combat and a plethora of 6 skills. Your decision will not only affect you, but those around you. There is nothing off limits in this dark and witty game that pushes you to the boundaries while making you feel a little uncomfortable with your decisions. Limbs and life are constantly on the line. And that's not even a joke. Like, I'm not joking. They are constantly on the line in this game. You'll be asked to sever ties with body parts or let your companions take its place. It can be brutal, can be unfair, and horrifying at times, but I guarantee you won't be able to look away. Now, if all that doesn't scare you away from this game, then you're probably going to enjoy this one. The game is centered around Brad, who is trying to maintain his sanity in a world that has lost all of its women. That is until he finds his little buddy. Unfortunately, she comes up missing in a mysterious way, but Brad will stop at nothing to find her, and I mean nothing. You will pick up companions to fight by your side, with some joining you willingly and some only joining if you pay them. You'll have to scrounge up enough mags or magazines, which is the currency in the game. Just like any good RPG, you'll be able to find items to equip to boost your stats, and of course the good old essentials such as health items, explosives, and a body part or two. This side-scroller features one of my favorite things though, and that's a bike that you can switch to in order to not only get around faster, but to reach those hard-to-get places. You even get to pick up a motorcycle for a minute, and I'll admit, it's pretty sweet. The combat might seem a tad lacking, especially for a turn-based game, but as you progress, you really get to open up some cool little attacks. For instance, I utilized Brad's head tackling attack where he throws himself at a group of enemies doing damage on the group instead of just one single target. This, coupled with a few other players and their debilitating moves, I can't even talk right now for some reason, it can really turn you into a force to be reckoned with. And I found this to be one of my favorite parts of the game, mixing and matching a combination of players and attacks just to see how devastating I could be. Now, don't take that the wrong way though, because I didn't just walk through this game like it was nothing. Oh no. There are some really tough battles in this game, especially if you if you just got done sleeping at one of the campfires and someone, just so happened to sneak into your camp and poison all of you and all of your companions. I mean, this game it's unforgiving and it's relentless that way. Not only can that happen, but even more dire things can happen to you while you sleep at those campfires. And guess what? You need to sleep any chance you can, because it restores your entire party's health and their specials and stuff. So it's kind of needed that you do sleep at these campfires. Whenever you see one, you're kind of like, ooh, I need this, I need it, I need this, I need this. And you better save often as well. You'll get to save at these little crows. And I'm telling you, and don't just save here and there, save often in this game, because you never know when something or someone is going to do very bad things to you. Trust me, this game does not care about your feelings. For the most part, the game is pretty basic in its controls and how it appears. There's nothing new or advanced. that you're going to see here. And honestly, I'd say the controls are probably the worst part of the game for me. They don't feel as responsive as you'd like them to be, and honestly, the overall experience of the controls felt a little cumbersome at times. It certainly led to many deaths falling off stuff, but maybe that's just the way it was intended to be for comical purposes and whatever. And while the game is disturbing, the story is intriguing, and the characters are, well, they are as bizarre as they can be. Let me just put it that way. The game did drag on for me a tad too long. Granted, I did die a ton in the game, but there are moments where you'll be reading dialogue for a good 6 to 8 minutes, because there's no voiceover in this. You're going to be reading everything that comes across. Now, maybe this was made to be funny in the game or whatever, but at a certain point, it doesn't really push the story forward, and it just kind of annoyed the hell out of me. As far as the story goes, it's pretty intense. There are some very disturbing things that are discussed in this game, so just be warned. It does have a lighter side, lighter moments at times, but the majority of the game, it's very dark, and it can be quite sad. Lisa the Painful is a crazy experience that I'm glad that I took a chance on. The game doesn't have that wow factor, but the characters in the story will punch you right in the face and then rub some dirt in your eye. I mean, it's just that type of game, I guess. Not everyone will enjoy this game because, if you're just not into punishment, then, you're probably not going to enjoy this game at all. But if you are into punishment, then I would say that you're definitely going to enjoy this game. I had a good time with it, even when I was a little uncomfortable with some of it. But honestly, it's a game that pushes you to the edge, and it's up to you whether you hold on to the edge or take a plunge. Thank you so much for checking out this review. I reviewed this game on the PS5, and yeah, I had a good time with this game. It's a good game. It's crazy. It's wild. The turn-based combat is a lot, but it starts off quite basic, but like I said, it gets pretty cool. It gets kind of fun. And the game itself is pretty fun. You're going to go and you're going to, side scroll through all different kinds of lands and stuff and everything. And the story is, well, it's something else. Let me just say that. I didn't want to discuss too much of the story because that's kind of, where you get a lot of the good stuff in this game, where you're just like, okay, wow, I can't believe that just happened, and things like that. But it is very unforgiving. It's a very brutal game. If you don't like punishments in this game for making decisions and everything else like that, then I would say steer clear of this, because the unexpected happens quite often around every corner in this game. So, but other than that, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a really good game. I would say check it out if you're into this type of stuff. So, other than that, yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.